I'm trying to tell people, especially nowadays, if you want to go about starting something, whatever it is, a non-profit, a for-profit, little business, something like that, look, the worst that can happen is you put up a little bit of money and people don't buy. You have to start all over again and just go back to doing what you already were doing, right? That's the worst that can happen, in theory, right? Unless you get sued, you do something, some funny business and all that. But in theory, like, let's say you wanna, I don't know, knit a sweater for babies and all that, and you wanna make it a non-profit. It's something you really enjoy doing, right? Maybe you can, do something about that. Say, hey, I really like to knit. This is my work. Have some samples of what it is you got going on, and ask somebody, hey, I need some yarn and I want to do a little pop-up shop and I want to teach people how to do this and that. Look, you got to find ways to do it. On another hand, if you want to sell product, if you want to, for profit, you make it yourself or you have somebody else make it. And ultimately, it's about your brand. It's about what your mission statement is, what it is that you stand for. And you'd be surprised who supports you. A lot of the times, it's people that you least expect it from, and the people that you would expect it from are the ones that are like, I'm gonna let him fail and then see how it goes. I'm not gonna say nothing. Those are people you really don't want to have around you, anyways. A lot of the times, those are people that have ties to you, regardless. A lot of them are friends from a long time ago, or you've been friends with them for a long time. A lot of them are family members. I'm not saying this is my particular case. Even if it was, I honestly wouldn't care. I just keep it moving. Like I said, the worst thing that can happen is you sell a product and you're selling it, and nobody shares what you have. Or on another hand, like, people say no, people don't want to buy your product, they don't buy into your product. Maybe it's because they just don't want it, or they don't see what it is you stand for. They just don't care, which is fine too, or they just don't comprehend the message, or they just don't want to spend the money. The point is, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. The world doesn't stop for one person. No, it just, you got to keep it moving, no matter what, regardless of whatever situation you might find yourself in. Just understand that your mission statement has a lot to do with what you're selling, what you're trying to promote, what have you. What is it that you stand for? And ultimately, what is it that you stand for? And is it something productive? Is it something, brainless? Or what is it? But ultimately, what I'm trying to tell you is, especially if you already have a day job and you're already breaking, you're not necessarily breaking even, but if you're already getting your bills paid and situated for, in theory, what you would want to do, preferably, I like to tell people, you have to have multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income, because your primary stream of income is primarily to cover your, living costs, in theory, and, hopefully stuff, more little things like that. Like, let's say you want to go out and have dinner with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your whatever. You want to take your kids out. You want to do something cool with them. Stuff like that, right? And then also another stream of income would be for, more entertainment, more, for me it's BS. But, sometimes you have to go out and do something, some things, which is fine, whatever. But the whole thing that I'm trying to tell you is, if you're trying to start something, get your feet wet, do it, go about it. You never know, like I said, who's gonna be behind you. So what I'm trying to do is find other methods to sell product that stand for something and not just brainless situation. The whole thing I'm trying to say is, don't just theorize. A lot of people theorize, like, oh, what if we do this? You know, they throw out too many variables, but they never get their feet wet. They never start. One thing about me is, if I have an idea, I might speak it out into existence, and I might tell one person, maybe two. And the whole thing is, like, if there's something that's malleable and I'm able to like maintain it, then I'll try it out. And if I like it, I'll do it. And if I don't, then oh well, at least I tried it. That way I'm not with the, oh man, what if I did this? Nah, leave all that for somebody else. Preferably don't, just do it. Ultimately, do not sit around and theorize and throw out all these variables and this and that. Oh, what if we do this? What if we do that? Ultimately, you might not even do it anyway, so why not just go about it and do it, bro? Or sis. What I'm trying to say is, you gotta lose that fear. We don't walk in fear. We don't walk in fear. You go out there, you want to do something, do it wholeheartedly, give it your all, and who knows? You might end up making a solid stream of income to the point where, hey, you know what? My side hustle, I don't like to say hustle and all that, but my side gig or my extra form of income just so happens to surpass my primary form of income, and I'm starting to see a steady flow from this passive income into this one. So who knows? You might end up just saying, you know what? My time is much more valuable and malleable if I just dedicate it solely to what it is that I absolutely love, that you've created yourself, other than just getting paid, you know, hourly or salary by another job or a company or a career that you might have already. I'm not saying go out and quit your job and start a little business and fail, or go out and start your job, or go out and quit your job and start a little business and start to, you know, make some money, and then it plummets. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. But what I'm saying is, hey, get your feet wet. If you have any form of ideas that you have already, write them down. Set a little goal, like, hey, today I want to sell this many units of this product that I have. Then go out and do that. You know, go out and do that. Go out and try it out. Like I said, what's the worst that can happen? You fail. Oh well. If you fail forward. Don't fail backwards. Fail forward and say, oh, where's that I messed up? And then go out and try it again, or say, you know what? There's no such thing as losses. I mean, yeah, there's monetary losses, but you learn or you win. It's never a loss. A lesson, it's either a win or a lesson. It's never a loss. Never take it as a loss. We don't take L's here. We win. We win. Why? Because we try. You try and fail, no worries. Fail forward. Keep at it. You fail 7 times, try it again. 8 times might be the charm. Who knows? The point I'm trying to get is, don't be scared of who's gonna say what. You know, how is this person gonna react towards, you know, this idea or whatever. None of that. None of that. We don't walk in fear. We don't live in fear. We're strong, and we're strong-hearted, strong-minded, and we're gonna do whatever it is that we set out to do. Your niche. Once you find your niche, you're gonna be surprised who thinks like you, who question things like you, who even thinks about the services that you might be able to provide. You'd be very, very surprised. You might even, that person might have been looking for somebody just like you for years, and then never found them. And here you are now promoting whatever it is you do, service or a product or something malleable, whatever it is. Point is, again, don't live in fear. Go ahead and try it. If you fail forward. And above all, like always, God bless you.